Greetings everyone. As we see in the last episode, we reviewed the 5 types of pronouns that are summarized in this table. Les pronoms sujets, les pronoms toniques, les pronoms d'objet direct, les pronoms d'objet indirect, and les pronoms verbaux. Now, as you see in front of you, you have a mind map. With this mind map, you will be able to solve any sentence you have in your homeworks. I want you first to check your object. If you find that your object is direct and complément d'objet direct, in this case, look if it is précédé with an article partitif, article indéfini, adjectif de quantité or nombre. In this case, put on. If not, go to number 2 and put one of these pronouns, me, te, le, la, vous, or les. If your object is indirect, in this case, ask yourself, this object is a person or not? If it's a person, if it's précédé with the preposition chez, avec, pour, in this case, put pronouns toniques. Moi, toi, lui, elle, nous, vous, eux, or elle. If not, in this case, put the complément d'objet indirect. Les pronoms d'objet indirect, me, te, lui, ne, vous, and leur. If your object is indirect, but in this case it's a lieu or chose, lieu means a place and chose means thing, in this case check the preposition before. If you find it de, put en. If not, put y. We will see examples where we apply this rule. But first, let's see l'emplacement des pronoms. When you are sure about your pronoun, so you choose your pronoun, you will look about the emplacement of this pronoun. Look to this map. To find the true emplacement, you should check your verb. If you have one verb, un seul verbe, in this case, put the pronoun avant le verbe, before the verb. If you have two verbs, in this case, put le pronom avant le deuxième verbe, before the second verb. And if le verb of your sentence is conjugated à l'impératif, in this case, put the pronoun after the verb if the sentence is positive, or before the verb if the sentence is negative. The last option, if the verb is in past, if the verb is conjugated au passé composé. In this case, place le pronom avant l'auxiliaire. That means put the pronoun before l'auxiliary être or avoir. Don't forget the other point that you should check is about le complément d'objet indirect. Quand il est précédé des prépositions avec, chez, or pour, in this case the emplacement or l'emplacement doesn't change. So la position des pronoms ne change pas. We will see this soon in some examples. After, you should check l'ordre if you have many pronouns. Use this table, it will help you. Always put your pronoun subject first, after ne and pas if the sentence is negative, and between ne pas, put the pronouns following this order. Me, te, nous, vous are first. After, you can put le, la, elle apostrophe and les. After, you can put lui or leur. After, you put y, and the last position is for the pronoun on. Let's solve together now some exercises. The first exercise is about remplacer le nom en caractère gras avec les pronoms personnels. The first sentence is Le petit enfant promène dans le jardin avec sa mère. Here, as you see, we have three nouns. The first noun is a subject. So that's why we call the first type of pronouns les pronoms sujets, and we will find that le petit enfant is singular noun, third person, masculin. That's why we use in this case il. So we replace it with il. The second noun that we have is the noun le jardin. Before le jardin, we have the preposition dans. So le jardin, it's an indirect object. It's a place, and before it we don't have the preposition de, so we are in the last case in our map, so we choose y. Le jardin become y. Now let's look to the third noun we have. We have sa mère. Sa mère, it's indirect object, and before it we have the preposition avec. That's why we should use here les pronoms toniques. And because sa mère means her mother, it's feminine singulier, that's why here we choose elle. So sa mère become elle. Until now, we find the three pronouns. Le petit enfant become il, le jardin become y, and sa mère become elle. Now, we will call the map about l'emplacement to find the place of y. Here, as you see, we have only one verb. That's why y must be before this verb. And for il and elle, the place doesn't change here because les pronoms sujets don't change the place and les pronoms toniques don't change the place. So the sentence will be Il y promène avec elle. Another example, les filles ont bu du lait dans la chambre. The girls drink milk in the room. Here, as you see, there are three nouns. The first noun is a subject. Les filles means the girls, so it will be elle avec s. The second noun is du lait. It's un complément d'objet direct précédé par un article partitif. That's why we use en. The third noun here is la chambre. It's un complément d'objet indirect because il est précédé de la proposition dans. It's a place. That's why we use y. So, our pronouns are elle, en, and y. Now, let's check l'emplacement des pronoms using the second map. In this sentence, we have only one verb, but this verb is conjugated in the past. So in fact, we have two verbs, an auxiliary and le participe passé. That's why we should put les pronoms before the auxiliary. But the problem here is that we have two pronouns. So which one must be the first and which one the second? That's why we call our table about l'ordre des pronoms. Here we will find that always y is before en. So y must be before en and both must be before the auxiliary. So the sentence will be elles y ont bu. With la liaison, elles y ont bu. The last sentence for today is va à la boulangerie avec ton frère. It means go to the bakery with your brother. As you see here, the sentence is une phrase impérative. So here be careful about the order. Let's find first our pronouns. À la boulangerie, it's an indirect object and it's a place, so we put for it Y. And avec ton frère, it's indirect also, but it's person, and before it we have the preposition avec, so we use here the pronoun tonic lui. So our pronouns here will be Y and lui. Let's find l'emplacement. That's why we call the second map. And here, as you see, we have un verbe à l'impératif. And in this case, on place le pronom après le verbe, c'est la phrase est positive. Et avant le verbe, c'est la phrase est négative. This phrase is positive, that's why we put the pronouns after the verb. The sentence will be va y avec lui. Look here, the place of lui doesn't change because it's a pronoun tonic. In fact, the sentence is wrong. Why? Because here, as you see, va and y, we have two vowels. That's why here you should add s after a till your sentence be correct. So the sentence will be va y avec lui, vas-y avec lui. Okay, our video will stop here. In the next episode, sure, I will give you more exercises to practice this important lesson. So stay tuned and au revoir. Bye bye.